Welcome to the Prisma Perspective. I'm St.Cyr. It's a podcast on marketing for marketers and done by marketers. You can find the links to us on our website, powered by Prisma, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for joining us at the Prisma Perspective. Welcome to the Prisma Perspective, a podcast on marketing for marketers by marketers. I'm super excited today to have Marie Powell, owner of the Brew Agency, a specific agency that really focuses on branding. Well, Marie, tell us a little about yourself. How did you get to where you are today? What do you do? And why should people listen to you?
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I appreciate being here. So I've been in the business of branding, marketing, advertising for 25 years. So I started my career actually on the creative side of advertising as a graphic designer, art director, creative director, and I've been an agency owner for 16 years.
I didn't mean to be 16 years. I remember when you started it. I would not have guessed it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seems like a lifetime ago.
It does. It does. We both changed a lot in those 16 years.
Yes, we have.
Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Having been in this business for 25 years, I've been through a number of cycles in the industry. I've seen a lot of change in the industry. We've been through, where print used to be everything, print advertising, and, the shift from that over into digital.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
Yes, I know you do. However, I think there's a comeback. I think that the days of print, the pendulum is swinging back. Yeah, we got a really cool piece in the mail the other day, and I said to our chief creative officer, "This is really cool. I think we forgot how important the tangible things are." So anyway, I digress. The company has been around for 16 years, and through the various cycles, what I've learned in this being in this business for this long is that at the end of the day, what marketing is and what branding is, it's about connecting. It's about, being able to sit in a room with someone and make some sort of emotional connection. And that's how you build relationships. And that I think if you can do that well, that's really what branding and marketing is all about. And it doesn't matter if it's digital, online, in print, or, face to face. That's what's important at the end of the day.
So for 16 years, you've been helping people grow their business via branding. And you've also grown your own considerably, I would say. I remember when you first started, it was just you. So do you consider yourself a branding expert, a marketer, or entrepreneur, or something else?
That's a great question. All of those things, I think today in the seat that I sit in, I think I'm an entrepreneur first. And I have really learned to love business. And I think the creative nature of the work that I've been in, the industry that I've been in for my career has, it was always just about building, and it was always about creativity, and it was always about making connections with people. And I think I get to do that in business also. It's just a different challenge. And so while I'm not a technician anymore, I don't do design work. I still love it, but it's building things that matter, and it's making an impact on, our clients and their businesses and help them grow. There's nothing more fulfilling than that.
There is nothing more fulfilling than doing something that you've created or you've designed and see it really help someone. I don't know. I really like that. I've also always liked just driving down the street and saying, I made that. I see that. I mean, that's really kind of exciting. Well, you could just see your branding campaign, your campaign, and say, we did that. We created that. We really helped them target their brand. It's just, to me, that seems like the why we do what we do.
I agree on one side of the coin. And so seeing it sort of externally out in the world is always fulfilling. It's great to see. And yeah, when you're making that impact, but the work that we do with our clients happens behind the curtain. It actually is the work that we do with our strategy sessions that is the core of our business. Actually, it is the first thing that we do with every client. And in those sessions, we have amazing moments that happen where we really connect and bring a team together to kind of understand the core of who they are. And so the way that you communicate that externally out in the market is the result of the work that we do before anything ever sees the light of day.
Gotcha.
And so that's actually the part that I find the most fulfilling is when we walk out of our strategy sessions with our clients and they say, wow, you guys really get us. To me, that's the reward.
Is the strategy session trying to figure out the why the company does what it does?
Absolutely.
So it's the why. So strategy is the why.
Yes.
The plan comes after the strategy. Most people have that backwards. They do a plan and then they don't really know the why. But I always find in business, you always figure out the why. Why we do what we do, and then let's do a plan to make it work.
Yeah.
So I'd love 16 years. I'd love to hear a success story. What is one of these plans or one of these projects or one of these brands that really worked?
We recently were working with Terrebonne Parish Port, the Port of Terrebonne, and they came to us because there's a big capital project where they want to deepen the channel, the Home and Navigational Canal, for shipbuilding and for import-export purposes. And this port, they service a lot of shipbuilders and workers in that community. And we sat down with them to help them build a brand campaign and a marketing campaign and kind of redo their brand and their website so that they could go out into the community and tell people what they were doing. They needed to raise a ton of money. There's also, Washington policymakers that are interested in what they're trying to accomplish. It's a big project. But when we did our initial strategy work with them and we sat in a room and the commissioners who, have a history in this community, we asked them, why does the port matter to you? And they don't work for the port. They're part of the board, and they were overseeing this particular project with us. And we wanted to understand, why are they doing this? Why does this matter? And it got really emotional. And,
Really?
And there was one guy in particular who said, our kids are leaving and they're looking for a better life. And we want to make sure that Homa and Terrebonne Parish has a sustainable community that our kids will want to stay and work and live and build their own families. And he got emotional, and that's the stuff I'm talking about. Like, that's the impact where when you realize that what these guys were doing was something so much bigger, and it was about community and family and retaining, something that was very important to them. Those are the moments that we look for. And then we build brands and we build marketing around that, because that is the root, that is the why. And that's just one example. There's so many.
So in the 16 years, thanks for sharing that. That was a really cool story about Terrebonne Port of Terrebonne, which is a great place, by the way. My son just moved there.
Great.
So anyway, was there not everything we do works. Was there anything that didn't work, or you consider looking back at it, tried that, didn't work, but I learned from it, that you'd like to share with us?
Sure. I mean, we've had clients that, maybe don't always understand the work that we do. And depending on the industry and depending on the company, marketing is an investment, and sometimes it takes time. And I think that's been one of the harder things to get some clients to understand, is that, we can build a campaign, we can build a brand, we can start running media, and we can get your, visibility out there. But if you want to build a brand that matters and you want to have a lasting impact, it's not going to be done in, 2 months. It takes years. It takes years to build credibility and awareness and true brand recognition. And there's patience that is involved. And so I'd say, if there's ever been, situations where things have not gone well, it's kind of not having that understanding of what it really takes, and that marketing for us is a long game. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
So clients that without a lot of patience would not be your ideal clients, I take it.
Well, it's not even so much that. I think it's just not understanding the long game.
What is your ideal client?
So, well, we love sophisticated marketers. We love to work with people that do understand marketing.
Okay.
We love to work with clients that have either, had an agency before, or, we're not their first agency. We have a lot of great clients that we have been their first agency and they've stayed with us, but sometimes it's harder. It's hard to make those breakthroughs because we're having to educate a lot.
Right.
So for us, when we're coming in and we're getting to work with somebody who's done it before, we can really hit the ground running and move fast.
Cool. So how is running an agency different from running a more traditional or non-agency business? What's the peculiarities about running an agency?
Well, I think, running in any company is, there's still the problems are the same.
People, process,
process,
and system.
like keeping clients happy, and
Customer service.
There's all the modules, all the things that every business really needs. Is to me is the same. I'm in an entrepreneurs organization. Have been a member of that group for
long time.
At least 6 years, and currently serve on the board as president of our local Louisiana chapter. And that's made up of so many different types of companies. And we have forum meetings, small groups that meet every month. And we don't have anyone else in the forum that's in a similar business as our own. And we relate to each other in ways that you wouldn't expect. And so different businesses, we all have shared issues, problems, and we all have shared opportunities for wins and things that we're doing really well.
So would you have any advice for a business owner or marketer on where he should put his money? Like what kind of agency he should look for, like what kind of budget he should have?
Well, we believe that the core of a brand is the absolute first most important thing, period.
So the brand
itself, like getting your core messaging down, understanding, being able to articulate your why, having stories to back it up, knowing what you do and why you do it, and being able to talk about those things in a way that is consistent across the entire company. Gotcha. So we believe leadership teams really need to.
Interesting. I'm sorry. Yeah. Interesting that your why is so important. To me, the why is so important. So I personally believe we're called to serve, and therefore we're called to serve people. And the way we chose to serve was through graphics and print, but our first why is we're here to serve. So we've always been a customer service company that focuses on customer service. Doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. It means we make a lot, but we put the customer before ourselves, or we put the client before ourselves. And so in our business, it can be difficult because it's custom. Everything's made to things. So there's going to be problems. And so we ask, like, okay, what is the most customer service thing to do here? What is the fairest thing to do? But it seems to me in your business, it's kind of similar. It's
similar. And I would say, your why is service. Ours is connection.
There you go.
So, the human connection is essential for us to thrive. We're a species that needs community.
Sure.
And I believe that's the root of really great branding, is to be able to make those connections in a way that really matter. And so that's really our why, and my personal why, and
connection.
How that plays out. Yeah, it's a connection.
That's great. Not many people, I would say, have that why, but it is a very important why. Everyone needs connection. Everyone needs to be part of community. Everyone needs to be connected. Mm-hmm. But if you would ask most business owners, I would think people that have that why would be very few. I don't know, but I would think, and I just think that why is really, really cool. It's even more cool because it's rare.
Thank you. Yeah, I think so. We work with a lot of different companies in a lot of different industries, and
you like that connecting. You like connecting with
I
people.
do. Yeah, when we get to connect deeply with people, that's my favorite thing to do in the world, and it's being able to relate and have a conversation that's meaningful, and helping others understand what their why actually is my favorite part of what we do.
Yeah, I've found that surprisingly most small businesses don't know their why. Mm-hmm. They should, absolutely should, but unfortunately most.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, that's what we do. We help them figure it out. That's part of our process.
I can say it's very much a need. Just what you do, I think, is very much a need. So I'm curious, as the leader of Brew Agency, what do you consider your greatest strength? Is it marketing? Is it administration? Is it leadership?
Um, I think connection
Connection. We go back to connection.
is partly it. I think I bring a lot of creativity and problem solving to the work that the company itself. So, I've gotten to a point where I try really hard to not get into the weeds. There's a lot of times I don't even really see the work anymore. The team that we have is incredible, and they do amazing work. And so I trust them to do that part. And I focus on, sort of the outward facing relationships and being out in the community as much as I can to build those relationships and serve and give back to the community in a way that will help with our exposure also. And so I think just, continuing to build relationships and I think I do that really well inside of the company. So the employees and our team, we're all very closely connected, and we always have been.
So is the connection also part of your culture? Like, what's the internal culture at Brew? And is it related to your value, your why?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's very much a part of our culture. We take our values very seriously. They are humble, hungry, smart from Patrick Lencioni.
I read the book.
Those from him.
Yes.
But we've added two, which is growth mindset and gratitude. And so
that's your core values.
Those are our core values. There's 5. And every Friday we do a weekly debrief, and we talk about what we're grateful for. But we also bring that growth mindset to where we can say take personal responsibility for something that we wish we would have done a little differently or better, so that we can constantly look to improve. And then we, for humility's sake, we don't talk about the things that we each individually do awesome, but instead we give credit and shout outs to, the team members that really showed up for the week. And that is my absolute favorite meeting that I ever. And it's a 30-minute meeting. We all get on a call and we go around the room, and it's very intentional. It's very meaningful, but it does create these kind of moments of connection that go deeper than just showing up, in a regular daily huddle and talking about the work.
Yeah, we have a monthly meeting that's mandatory. That's very similar. Mm-hmm. Everybody nominates people for Employee of the Month. We read every nomination. We congratulate them. We pick 3 winners, give them $100. The runner-ups get a prize.
Yeah.
And it's not the cash for the prize. It's the reading it. It's the acknowledgement. It's the public reading it. It's giving it. Then we give them and it's from their other employees. So I get to pick the winners, but I don't nominate. Anyway, but it's similar. It's just both strong cultures, both companies that understand their why, and it's just really complementary. So where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? I mean, you've been in this 16, that'll make you about 20.
I have no idea.
I'm a little bit older, so 3 to 5 years.
I truly have no idea. I think there's so much change happening right now, and I think the industry's changing, the tools are changing. AI is such a big influence on how we do our work, and it can be overwhelming some days, exciting other days. But the industry is just on the move, and I see that, I feel that. We're gonna always stay true to our core, which it doesn't matter what the technology is doing.
Yeah.
We still need to be able to make those connections. And so
who you are, you got to stay true to who you are.
You got to stay true to who you are. And so I still believe that will, in 3 to 5 years, that will still be the core of our business. If that changes, then I don't think.
So do you have a 3 to 5 year plan, growth plan?
We do. Yes. We've been looking ahead. I actually read a few books over the winter break last year and kind of got ready to plan for this year. And one of them was The Science of Scaling by Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Blake Erickson. And I actually joined their group. I have a coach
cool.
in their program, and they came up with this concept of setting an impossible goal.
Okay.
And it's fantastic.
BHAG.
It is, yes, but it's even bigger.
Goal. That's good, great.
Yes, good, great.
It's the same concept.
Yeah, 10x is easier than 2x is another book, Who Not How. So it's kind of a whole series that I read, and it set me on fire. It got me really excited about the potential to grow, and the outlook is to set an impossible goal and then using time as a tool, you condense it. And so you say like, oh, I might want to be a $10 million company in 10 years or whatever the goal might be. Well, you condense the timeline, to say, how would you do things differently if you wanted to grow 10 times in less than 3 years?
Wow. That's
and what
chaos,
it does, it feels like chaos, but actually the method, it's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
And so you just, you eliminate the things that are not important. You have to simplify.
Right.
And you have to build something that's scalable. And so you've got to get rid of all the noise and all the crap that you're wasting. There's so much.
There's so much.
And so, so we've actually been, since January, evolving our business model. We've made a lot of changes. I'm not going to talk about them today because they're going to be rolling out soon. But we are, again, the fundamental work that we do is not changing, but how we do it and the way and who we serve is evolving. And so that impossible goal framework is something I kind of bought into and have set this 3-year.
Later, I'd love to talk to you more about that. I've read lots. I'm a business book reader as well. So I've read it. Yep. So I'm going to take Mary, my marketing assistant here, who's just graduating. What would you give her advice you'd give her who wants to break into she's going to be graduating in August to break into the agency business? Any advice for her?
Definitely. I would say, try to figure out what you get the most excited about. What is your passion? What are you, what drives you? Is it the creative side of marketing? Is it the relationship side, the connecting? Is it the analytical side? What do you really love? And sometimes you have to try those things out and see, what you like and don't like. And it's definitely been a career path for me I started in one place and I very much ended up in a different place, but, have fun, love the work, and, just don't be afraid to try something new. It's especially today, it's such an evolving industry and the tools and the technologies change so fast. Just kind of don't be afraid to jump in and try anything.
Yeah. Well, I just want to reiterate one of the things I learned today was that marketing is a broad area. Marie does a great job running the agency, but she focuses in on the brand and learning the brand. And to her, and I think she's right, like the core of marketing is your brand, understanding your brand, knowing your brand, and be on brand every time. And I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate all that you've shared with us today. And I just wanted to hope it was enjoyable to everyone listening. And this is Prisma Perspective. And thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for having me.